Let me share the screen with you. So coming to the quiz assessment 2, which consists of 30 points, out of which the quiz 2 is 5 points and the exam 2 is 25 points. So the quiz 2, I'm planning to give you next week. Today is 24. You're going to have it next week on the 1st of December, the quiz 2, during the class hour. It will be short, but still we're going to have some lecture and plus quiz. Apart from that, you're going to have on the Thursday, after 2 days, you're going to have the exam 2. But the chapter that you will be responsible for, there will be 2 chapters that you will be responsible for. It's price elasticity and the consumer and producer surpluses that we are studying now. We're about to finish it. Actually, we've done it, but there's some questions that are remaining to solve it. So these are the things that we should take into consideration. So coming to the quiz.
Mr. Nishan?
Yes, please.
We have holidays on the 1st December.
Oh, I totally forgot about it. Then we're gonna have only the quiz, which will be 20 minutes, okay? So you just write it and free to go. Without any video recording, video translation, just start the exam during specific time, finish it, submit, and go in the 1st of December. Okay, thank you for reminding me. Thank you. So 20 minutes, up to 10 multiple choice questions. Date is.
Will we have on the exam?
Sorry?
Which chapters?
2 chapters. It's price elasticity and consumer and producer surpluses. During the class hour, which is 5:30, you will just enter. Within 1 hour, you will use 20 minutes, finish it, and submit. That's it. And there will be no lecture or anything. So this is, and the chapter that you will be responsible for, let me just see it and make sure that it's chapter 7 and chapter 5. Chapter 5 and 7, which is elasticity and surpluses.
What about chapter 6?
We did not cover it. We did not cover it yet. We're coming to that part. Okay, we didn't. We just skipped that chapter. I prefer to go in this way. We will start doing it on Wednesday. Chapter 6, that will be included in the final. Chapter 6 and there's some other chapters will be included in the final. And this is what do you call it for quiz. And talking about the exam 2, which will be 2 days after. So there will be 15 multiple choices and 1 open-ended question. Open-ended question. And the timing, most probably I'm going to give you 80 minutes or 70 minutes. I don't know. It will depend which question I will ask as an open-ended question. I will think of it. So the minutes for multiple choice will be 2 minutes for each question, like 30 minutes. It's more than enough. But for the open-ended questions, I will think of it, okay, about the timing. And the date, if it's 2 days after the quiz, which means on Thursday, 3rd of December. During the class hour. sorry. And the chapter that you're responsible, chapter 5 and 7.
Professor, do we need to attend the Zoom class and open camera?
For the exam 2, I will leave it like this, like no need for anything. You just enter during a specific time. I will be in the Zoom. You don't need to open the videos. If you feel that you need to ask some question or something, please you will be free to ask during the Zoom. So I'll be like following the exam through the Zoom. But you don't need to share the Zoom. But if it's preferable for you to enter to the Zoom, but you don't need to share your screen or share your video. But let me tell you one thing. If there is somebody who will be left for the makeup, then in the makeup, it will be differently. Makeup exam, actually what I do, I ask to share the video and I ask to share the video, the screen, the computer that he is using. And to open the microphone as well, like fully controlling for the makeups. So make sure you don't go for the makeups. Okay, this is what I wanted to tell about the quiz and the exam 2. And in the final exam, I'm planning to cover 3 chapters more. So in the final, you will be responsible for 3 chapters, plus you will have the activities plus attendance for the final. So as you have here, the activity is 10 points and final exam 30. 5 I will get for the attendance, as I told you at the beginning. And 10% will come from the activity. Okay. That's it that I wanted to talk about it. Now I can move, I think, to the tutorial part, the activity 11. The question that you were asked to solve. You were asked to solve question 5 and question 6. I will start with the question 5. So we are given, in the previous question 4, there was a consumer surplus, but in here we're dealing with the supply case, which is producer surplus. So the Ernie owns a water pump because pumping large amount of the water is harder than the pumping a small amount. So the cost of producing barrel of the water increases as he pumps more. So there is a cost incurred to produce each barrel of the water. The cost of the first bottle, he will be able to produce for $1. If he goes below this $1, he will not produce anything. The cost of second bottle water, he will be able to produce for $3. If anything goes below this, he will not produce more than 3. So we need to construct a supply schedule for the water pumping, as we did it for demand schedule in a previous example. So we have price and quantity supplied. If it's more than $7, quantity supplied will be 4. If it is between $5 and $7, the quantity supplied will be 3. If it is between 3 and 5, the quantity supplied will be 2. If it is 1 and 3, the quantity supplied will be 1. And if it is less than $1, that you're selling it, actually the quantity supply will be 0 because nobody will be willing to sell anything if it's less than this. So if you're selling for less than cost, then there is no need to sell anything. I mean, you will be incurring a loss. So not to have the situation, you prefer this is scheduled supply. Oops. Oops, doesn't work like this. Anyway, I'll keep it in this way. So we've got the scheduled supply. Now we need to draw it with the price of water. We need to draw it. If we draw it, so from the information given, derive the supply schedule and graph the supply curve for the bottle of water. And what I will do, the best thing what is share the whiteboard itself. Okay, that's better. So now I can draw. Okay, this is price, this is quantity. This is price, this is quantity, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last one $7. And if I draw it, this is 1, and the quantity goes up to 4 maximum. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So in here, we need to draw accordingly, starting from the bottom, from the 1. So if it's between $1 and $3, the price, if it's $1, he will, if it start the price from the $1 for the cost, he will be able to sell, he will be willing to sell, not the capability, but the willingness to sell. He will sell only 1. Let's make the more. Okay, but if it is from 1 up to $3, it will be 1 unit willing be able to sell, willing to sell actually. But if it goes more than $3, he will be willing to sell actually 2 units. He'll be selling 3 units. And from 3 to 5 actually. $. But if the price goes from 5 to 7, the willingness to sell will be 3 units. However, if it goes 7 and above, the willingness will be to sell actually 4 units, 7 and above. So this is how we draw it. This is how we draw it. So the benefit he gets here, actually, I will draw directly. This is what we are asked to draw it, okay? This is what we are asked to draw it. But second question says, this is in the question A. This is question A, okay? What we did is question A. And question B says that if the price of the bottle water is $4, how many bottles does the Ernie produce and sell? How much producer surplus does Ernie get from these sales? Show the Ernie's producer surplus in your graph. So we need to, if the price in the part B, if it's part B, now if price goes to $4, if price goes to $4, if price goes to $4, how many bottles of water the Ernie will be willing to sell actually? So we need to see now we draw the line that meets the $4, and there we can see the producer surplus amount, okay, from here. This is will be the first part of the producer. I will call it as A part. Okay, this is region is producer surplus of Ernie. So Ernie sells actually in this case, how many bottles of water? Who can tell me?
2.
Very two. 2 bottles of the water. And his producer surplus is shown in the region of A. And he will receive $4 for the first bottle of the water, but the cost only $1. And in this case, the Ernie's producer surplus will be equal to
3.
very good. $3 is producer surplus. So, and he also received $4 for the second bottle of the water. But the second bottle of water is different. How much he pays for the second bottle of water to produce it? $3. But he receives $4. So his producer surplus from the second bottle, this is from first. Bottle. And from the second bottle, he will receive a certain producer of surplus. However, as he is producing the second bottle for the $3, but he received $4, then what will be the producer surplus from the second bottle? He is paying this much to produce that bottle of the water. However, he sells it for $4.
$1.
Yes, very true. So $1 will be is a producer surplus from second bottle. So the Ernie's total producer surplus will be equal in this case to $4, which is this region, which is called as A. This part and this part. More clearly. So this part and this part. In total, they will bring $4 of producer surplus. Okay. Now we move to the question C. If the price increases to $6, how does the quantity supply changes and how the earnings producer surplus change? And show these changes in your graph. Now, if price increases to actually $6, if the price increases to $6 here. Once the price of each battle used to receive $4 and he was getting producer surplus in total as $4, like 3 and 1 respectively. Now the price rises from 4 to 6. And Ernie actually at this $6, she's selling 3 bottles of water because 6 falls in the range between 5 and 7. So she sells 3 bottles in quantity. So, and we can call this, let's say B, let me call it as B. This is B region that I can call it. Make it above and C is equal to. So it's part C. So once the price increases from 4 to 6, the producer surplus of Ernie will consist of both areas actually, both regions, which is A and B. The increase by the amount of producer surplus, if the price increases to $6, it will be B part. Okay, by this much, the producer surplus will increase because it rises from $4 to $6. The price, not the cost, the price of selling. So the producer surplus in this case will be equal to, who can tell me from the first battle? First battle.
5.
Yes. Like how many bottles she will be able to sell? 3 bottles.
So 3 bottles, yes.
And she will get $5 of producer surplus from first bottle. Okay, $5 from the first bottle. However, it doesn't stop in here. From the second bottle, how much she will get? Second bottle, for how much she is producing the cost? $3. And from the second bottle, she will get how much?
3.
$3.
Ah,
Yes.
3. Okay.
Because 6 minus 3, because the second battle she will be producing for $3. She is getting from second battle. And how much she will get from the third battle? Third battle is being produced at $5. Her producer surplus will be equal to $1 from third battle. And total is
9.
$9. So her total producer surplus or his total producer surplus is $9. Not this region, but the whole areas, okay? A and B, $9. but who can tell me by how much his or her producer surplus increased? When it was 4, she received $4 in total producer surplus, but now the price jumped to $6. Then how much of by how much the producer surplus increased in total?
3.
Be careful. It was 4. Now total is how
Five.
much?
By 5.
By 5. By 5. We're just getting the difference between 4 and 9, which is 5, or by point B. Okay. So be careful when I ask in the exam such questions, okay? When you have the open-ended questions, I might ask in this way. By how this is not written in the question 7. Sorry, in the question 6 is not written like this, or in 5, it's not written like this, like by how much, but I'm asking you now. So in this way, you should be able to answer it. Certain questions. Okay. This is question 5. I would like to move to the question 6. Now, sharing the screen. Moving to the question 6. That was the activity part as well. So consider the market in which Bert from the problem 4, buyer, and Ernie from the problem 5 is the seller. Okay. So use Ernie's supply schedule and Bert's demand schedule to find the quantity supplied and the quantity demanded at price $2, $4, $6. Which of these prices brings the supply and demand into equilibrium? It's very easy. Okay. So first of all, if you draw demand and supply, but let me just make it more quickly, open the Excel spreadsheet, and Excel, it will be much faster. So we have price, we have demand and supply, quantity supplied and quantity demanded. The price is 2, 4, 6. And from the demand side, from the buyer side, if you go to the previous part, you will see that for $2, quantity is 1. Let me dollarize it. 2 and 3. And in here, the quantity is 3, 2, and 1. It's from the previous questions. And who can tell me what is the equilibrium price in here and equilibrium quantity?
4.
4. The only price of 4 brings the supply and demand into the equilibrium position with the equilibrium quantity, which is equal to 2. So price equilibrium is 4 and quantity equilibrium is 2. Okay, this is A. B. What consumer surplus and producer surplus? Okay. What are the consumer surplus and producer surplus and total surplus in this equilibrium? So at price of $4, the consumer surplus is if you draw it, actually you don't need to draw it. So at price of $4, the consumer surplus is equal to $4, and the producer surplus is equal to $4. And it is shown in the problem 3 and 4. Let me remind you. Sorry, question 4 and 5. So if you remember the question, if the price becomes $4, and this much it will be, and how much bottle, if you remember the drawing part, it will show you that it's $4. And the consumer surplus will be here. From the first bottle, he will get $3, and from the second bottle, he will get $1. In total, they will make $4. And the producer surplus that we calculated in here when it was $4, the consumer total surplus, the producer surplus total was 8. And total surplus, consumer and the producer surplus is equal to surplus is 4, producer surplus is 4. Total $8. And this is from the questions that we calculated, question 4 and 5. From question 4, we calculated, like from the first bottle, he gets $3, and from the second bottle, he gets $1. In total, he gets 4. And producer surplus from question 5, we calculated. If Ernie if Ernie produced and Bert consumed one fewer, yes, please. This question. Okay. If Ernie produced and Bert consumed one fewer bottle of water, what would happen to the total surplus? So it will be less by 1. If Ernie produced one additional bottle of water, sorry, one less bottle of water, his producer surplus actually would decline to, from the first bottle of water, what was the producer surplus from the previous question? $3. And if the Bert consumed one less bottle of water, his consumer surplus would decline actually to $3, because his consumer surplus was from the first bottle of water $3. And in total, the surplus actually will be $6. So if they produce, if there will be less by 1 bottle, then consumer surplus and producer surplus will decline to $3 each. So total will be equal to $6. If Ernie produced and Bert consumed one additional bottle of water, what would happen to the total of surplus? We should count from the question A, sorry, from the question B, not from C. from the B, we reduce one. Now we will add one more. So if Ernie produced one additional bottle of water, his cost would be $5. So, but the price is only $4. So producer surplus would decline by $1. And if Bert consumed one additional bottle of water, his value would be $3, but the price is $4, and his consumer surplus would decline by 1 as well. And total surplus declines by $2. As in the previous case. And yes,
Sorry,
please.
Professor. I don't get this.
Okay.
This C.
One more. Let me
Can you
write it
please
down.
explain more clearly?
Yes, sure. Now, if there will be an additional bottle of water, okay, that means let me draw it. That would be much easier for us to follow it. Okay, that's better. So we'll go from here. Now you remember question. So the confusion is starting from the increasing, not reducing. When you reduce, it was $4. If you reduce by one bottle of water, your producer surplus becomes $3. Yes, there is no question regarding by less, but there is a question arises when increases by 1. So if Ernie produced one additional bottle of water, his cost, it was $4. Okay, it was $4. His cost would be $5, but the price is only $4. Producing one bottle of water, minimum you can produce it at $1. Okay, increasing by one bottle of water, that increased the price to $5. So the cost. However, you are selling it for only $4. You're selling it only for $4. Same thing happened with when you reduce by one bottle of water. So adding one bottle of water, you increase the cost by $1. So the cost becomes $5. I'm talking about the producer. So the producer surplus would decline by $1. So that means you will the producer will incur $1 of loss. So that will cause actually reduction of by $1. So if your producer surplus was $4, it will reduce by $1, which will be $3. But when it comes to consumer side, the case of Bert consumed one additional bottle of water, and his value would be actually $3. If you remember from the case here. So consuming one more bottle of water, okay, he was paying $4 in total, and he consumed one more additional bottle of water. So while of the fourth bottle, he will pay $1 extra. So his value will be equal to $3 for the bottle of the water. Keeping in condition that the price of the water is $4. So the consumer surplus would decline in here as well. Because he
By
is,
one also.
yes, very true.
Okay,
By $1.
I got
Very
it.
true.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And the total surplus declines by how much?
By 2.
Very good. $1 from the producer, $1 from the consumer. Okay. That was question 6, part D. Okay. Now, let me take the attendance quickly. Let me share the screen. Okay. Asılcan,
Yes, I'm here.
Camila,
Here.
Anel,
Here.
Şevo,
Here.
Araylım, okay. Rawan,
I'm here.
Saltanat, Alişer,
I'm here.
Son Kayer,
Yes, I'm here.
İskander,
I'm here.
Alişer, Baratov,
Here.
Alişer Baratov here. Alişer Baratov here, not Arman.
Yes. Alisha Balad is here, but he said that he just removed from the group now because of the phone. He asking me to say yes. He was looking at the
I don't know.
attendance.
He was not here. I was checking like 40 minutes. Ilyas, you cannot say instead of him yes, unfortunately. He has to write me
Okay.
all the explanation why he was removed and when he was removed. I will check from the
Okay.
system as well.
Just a minute.
I locked the group. I locked the group. Nobody can enter while I'm taking the attendance. Because at the beginning it was 40 students, now it's 40 students. Yulia? Alan?
I'm here.
Ayslu?
I'm here.
Okay, Alan is here. Yulia is here. Muhammad Arshia?
Yes, I am here.
Arnay?
I'm here.
Arat? Arat? Chopin?
I'm here.
Amina?
Here.
Ardager?
I'm
Here.
here.
Christina?
Here.
Alina?
I'm here.
Dana?
Yes, here.
Maksat?
I'm here.
Ilana?
I'm here.
Arujan?
I'm here.
Nuray?
Yes, I'm here.
Camila? Camila
I'm
here?
here, Professor.
Okay, İlyas?
Here.
Begzat?
Here.
Janaim?
Here.
Aset?
I'm here.
Rustam?
I'm here.
Ali? Ali? Saiduddin? Aliyar.
Here.
Farhat. Жанна.
I'm here.
Diana.
Here.
Aruzhan. Tajiva.
I'm here.
Can one more time? Tajiva is here, Aruzhan.
Yes.
I'm sorry, just connection is bad. Saltanat.
I'm here. Why not?
Okay, no need. Thank you. Saltanat, Tilikberdi, Camila,
Yes, I'm here.
Malika,
I'm
Hello.
here.
Şengüz,
I'm here.
Ayaoğlu,
Here.
Danela,
Here.
Malika, Yerbolat,
Here.
Janserik, Araylı, Jamalbek. Okay. We have 25 minutes. There is activity 12. You have to finish it. Activity 12 will be question 7. Okay, do the question 7. Sorry, question 7 and 8. Do the question 7 and 8 in activity 12. It is in the Moodle. Like in 1 second, it will be there. So the deadline is you've got 25 minutes until 7 o'clock, whatever you can do. Until 7 o'clock. So it's there. Just submit it. And you can leave the conference if you want. You can leave the now. If you don't have any questions. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you don't have any questions, thank you so much. See you on Wednesday. Sorry,
Thank
on
you.
Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care, Şengüz. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, Asılcan.
Bye bye.
Bye. Ayaoğlu. See you.